the best tactics, and you can see already though that NiP are very confident aim-wise. They have 4 Kevlars and only 1 kit, so it's gonna be just weapon in hand, and you're gonna see some headshots from the Swedish guys.
So here we go, NiP starting on the CT side. Advantage, disadvantage, NiP picking CT?
Probably.
The goal?
And Virtus.Pro though are very confident. They're just taking information, just going onto the A bomb side, and there's no one. Pasha gets the first kill.
Pasha picks up the first kill. It's a headshot onto Get Right, and he'll put him down. And that's the big man you want to take down. Bomb planted by them as well on that A site. They've got 4 players in there, and Snax coming in, gets himself a headshot onto Forest, and every frag is being cheered on by the crowd. As Virtus.Pro are 3 men to the good now, and NiP in real trouble. It's friberg and Xizt to try and bail them out here as Snax pushes himself out, is caught by the crossbow. friberg's been dropped. It's all on Xizt. He's got 2. He's going to have to get 5 if he wants this one, and he is slaughtered by the remaining 3 VP players. They pick up the pistol round, and the crowd find their feet.
Very good start and a very nice pistol round by Virtus.Pro, and everyone is cheering for them. It is just crazy, and you can see that the tactic was perfect. They took information in the middle, and then they knew that the A bomb site was totally free, and there was already 3 or 4 guys ready to just go plant the bomb and then be in the perfect crossfire to just wait the 4 Swedish players. That was an excellent play from Virtus.Pro.
Now, armored up, NiP are able to do a lot of damage here on this first eco round, because we've seen their first eco round in this tournament just be turned on its head so often. The amount of going a deagle armor round can really work for you.
Yeah, every single time on CSGO it has been proved several times, but the pistols and the Kevlar must not be underestimated, because the P250 and the new CZ, they are extremely strong, but you can see that Virtus.Pro are just going all 5 on shot, but NiP is ready to welcome them.
Taz jumps out, spies the first man, goes for the kill. He's in real trouble here, Taz, but he gets himself out of it. It's Get Right that goes down, first man down 2 rounds in a row, but NiP have 2 frags of their own. Virtus.Pro have 4, and it's Xizt again, last man standing between a rock and a hard place, as the bomb is also in that site. Virtus.Pro have it, and they are 2 to the good, and that was a real test that Virtus.Pro overcame.
Yeah, 100%. That was a tough thing to pass 3 NiP players with pistols and Kevlars, but Virtus.Pro, they are starting extremely great. They are playing all 5 together. They don't want to get picked out. That's how you have to start a grand final like that, and if they continue like this, then they're in very good shape for the whole best of 3.
Virtus.Pro on their map, in their home. NiP with only 2 nades this round to try and create something, as Virtus.Pro will sit through the middle. Be Pasha to push in, leading the assault. His grenade dispatches of Fifflaren, and VP will actually lead through, but it's friberg from behind. friberg has to deliver. He's caught people reloading. He's got a golden opportunity here, but he's going to get dropped. And VP get their second frag. Pasha pushes in to help himself to number 3, and VP may be able to close this one out without losing a single man. It's Get Right that's the last man standing, and NiP have been silenced. And albeit that there's a pistol round and 2 ecos in there, but Get Right hasn't got a frag.
No, not yet, but you know, they only have pistols, but couldn't really do much. And Pasha though, on the other side, he starts things off extremely great. He just had a perfect 180 headshot onto Xizt, and he just cleared the A bomb site on his own with only a single pistol. But now the first gun round, that's going to be way more interesting.
Massive moment here for NiP. VP up 3-0 here. The grand final, a $250,000 prize purse. And a new era of Counter-Strike, showing itself in all its glory to over 100,000 people online. Welcome home.
Look at that, Virtus.Pro, they know what they want to do, and they have 5 ready to do their tactic. And you can see that NiP, they might not be in the best shape.
Forest is going to be the man who sees the action as going through the tunnel. There'll be one, it'll be Forest now to try and hold off that site. friberg's in there as well, chucks around the corner, friberg with 1, Taz shuts him down, but Forest in the rear gets himself a headshot onto Taz, and NiP, a man to the good, bomb down as well. Neo will make the crossover. Forest has fallen back because he doesn't have health, does have reinforcements coming in the shape of Fifflaren. VP will want to get that bomb down again to a 3-on-4 after plant, as NiP wait for it. They have two coming from either side. Neo gets the first frag, Fifflaren down. And Fifflaren only has Forrest on that side, who's really low on health, but has got himself the kill onto Neo. Pasha comes in. It's Snax 1-on-2 as Snax will see Gatright coming straight at him, but it's Xizt who puts him down, and NiP are on the board. Great retake.
Great retake. Even though there was no one on the B-bomb side to cover the 5-man push from Virtus.Pro, they managed to take men down 1 per 1, and in the end they were 4-on-3. And after that, they just had to retake the bomb side altogether, and they just played it from short and the kitchen, and that was perfect play from the Swedish guys.
Textbook play from Forrest in that situation. He lost friberg, and he realized, I can't do this 1-on-4.
Definitely.
So he pulled out, waited for reinforcements, and they made sure that they had that man advantage in the retake.
Yes, that was the perfect play. And you know, Forrest, in a long range, with an M4, he could just take on the wild man and then fall back. That's what he did, and he did it perfectly.
NiP on the board now. Will have calmed any nerves that they may have had, but they're no strangers to these moments. They've done the big finals. They've had the documentary cruise. They know what this is all about.
Both teams are just on point at the moment. They are going to show their best tactics and their best A game.
How much does it help NiP that they were able to watch VP on this map last night against LGB?
Well, they know by smokes, flashes, and how the players are going to be placed, how they can react and how they can adapt, and where they're going to go, either on A or on B. And that's going to be very important for NiP. See, for example, this smoke, that could tell off, okay guys, watch out on B.
It's friberg that's in on that B site. He's sat with his FAMAS. And boosted up and waiting for any sight, and now he has a sight as he will get fired down by byali as Virtus.Pro will make their entry. Forrest gets one, but is picked off immediately by Pasha, and VP are going to take this B site once more. byali onto Gatright, and Virtus.Pro 2 men away from picking up this round. It's Fifflaren and Xizt who can do a lot of damage here, but byali is not going to let it happen, and there's only one man left standing. Xizt isn't going to favor himself here. He does have the frag onto byali, but 1-on-3 with the scope lined right up on his entry. He will run for his life, and Taz is chasing as quickly as he can to get round there, and he wants that frag. He wants that gun.
Yeah, Taz with nothing in hand, he just wants Xizt dead because the money is so important. And Xizt with 1-4, you know the kind of player he is. He can totally ring around by himself. And now he's hiding though. He's totally gonna keep it.
Yeah.
But that's once again a very, very strong round from Virtus.Pro.
It is. They're 4-1 to the good here on Mirage. Their choice. Map pool, if you're just joining us, will be Inferno next and Dust 2 if we need it.
And you can see that Virtus.Pro, Pasha is still sticking with his sniper, and he has been extremely strong with it since the beginning. And with this short attack, he was the one man to watch. And oh, look at that Gatright though.
Opportunity for Gatright, and couldn't take it, but a little bit of knowledge as well. Pasha and Gatright will exchange shots, and Virtus.Pro will reset. The move from Gatright, though, he's taken a lot of damage as well. It has forced Virtus.Pro to sit back a little bit.
Yes, definitely. The play was good. He was able to take one man down, but barely missed the shot. But now, that is also a bad thing for NiP now, because Virtus.Pro know that the Swedish guys bought snipers and weapons, so they're going to be very, very, very more careful.
Snax is going to be the man to make his entry in towards A, and it's Xizt who'll feel his wrath. And that's one of the guns down, more importantly. Fifflaren will have eyes on it, and Fifflaren will open up the shooting, but byali turns left and picks off Fifflaren. As Virtus.Pro will now look to finish off this A site in minimal fuss. Taz puts the bomb down. friberg and Gatright about to come racing around that corner. He has got back up, and Taz will help with Neo, will push off. It's going to be Pasha who finishes off friberg, and NiP now going to search out because Gatright has an AWP, and that's what they're looking for, and that's what they find. Important kill there as Forrest, last man standing, is...
Forrest's only option right now is just to try to pick up a weapon and go away with it, but look at that. Virtus.Pro is playing very cleverly, and now we know, and Taz takes Forrest down.
Taz is a man for the big occasions. His stats weren't that great going into the game. He's running at a 1-to-1 ratio now, but he's a man for these moments. He's been in so many, and you cannot underestimate the value of that experience.
Yeah, definitely. He could be down 0 to 15 on the first half and then just put out 30 kills on the second half. You never know what's going on with those Polish guys.
You know what was fascinating at the Twitch party last night? Taz was there, and literally he was there for like, I don't know, an hour. And he was mobbed. Everyone from every community and every kind of old stalwart of esports just wanted to be with Taz at that moment. First frag comes in, Get Right gets picked off, and it'll be Pasha who has the man, and Get Right's been silenced in this NiP CT side, and he will be fuming. Pasha's nade, down Fifflaren, and Xizt is going to be dropped as well. 2 players left up on this NiP eco round, as Forest and friberg will drop the first man, and it's all on friberg now, and he's not going to risk anything too crazy. He'd like to get a gun if he can, but this is going to be 6-1 VP, a great start for them.
And this is extremely important what they're doing. The anti-eco are the basis of the game. They have to keep all their weapons, and that's what they're trying to do. And oh, Snax spotted friberg, and he gets it down. That is extremely important what Virtus.Pro is doing. They are not losing any weapon, and so their economy right now, they are sitting on $10,000, and now even if they were to lose the next 2 or 3 rounds, they're going to be able to buy out once again and make the time very, very hard for the Swedish team.
Now we saw VP with a phenomenal Mirage T-side against Hellraisers earlier on, where they went 15-0. I think it was Hellraisers.
That was LDLC.
LDLC,
but they
yes.
beat Hellraisers in the group stage.
And we thought that was maybe LDLC's fault, but because LGB then won this map against Virtus.Pro. But you can see, VP overnight, their strength has returned. Samson's hair has regrown.
Well, they're able to add up the game style depending on the team they're playing against. And once again, they do it. They know how NiP is playing, apparently, and that is working. So great, so good.
Pasha that'll see friberg when the smoke clears. And whoa. They'll exchange a few blasts, and Pasha's down to 29 points of health. Snax on 52 as well. As NiP still going here, and if look at the scoreboard, Fifflaren 0 frags on the board in the opening 7 rounds. Get Right 1, friberg 1. It's Forest and Xizt who are offering the resistance at the moment.
Yes, and look at that. There is once again an excellent play from Virtus.Pro, but NiP, they are not moving.
friberg gets the opening frag. Snax down, headshot, NiP on the board now. Can they close this one out? The A bomb site is about to be sieged by VP, but it's Get Right with his 2nd frag on the board, and he and Xizt help themselves to Virtus.Pro frags. It's only Pasha left standing with that AWP. He'll look to inflict any and all damage he can, but he doesn't. It's a clean round for NiP, and that's what the Swedish doctor ordered.
Exactly, the Swedish players, and especially Get Right and Xizt once again, they locked down the A bomb site, and even though there was a push from Virtus.Pro on the B bomb side, they just didn't move. They didn't spot any bomb. They didn't see anything. So knowing that they're up against the Polish guys and that they were losing 6-1, they just decided, okay, they want to play with us, so don't move, just wait for them. And that's what happened.
You witnessed the beautiful drawings there of our observer, Steele. He's done a fantastic job all tournament long. An unsung hero of this great broadcast here from the EMS 1 in Katowice. It's a grand final. VP, NiP, best of 3. And Forest pokes his head out and dispatches of Pasha. They trade, Taz gets himself the return, but losing Pasha is a big blow for VP at any moment. As Snax gives them the man advantage. He pushes in and dispatches of Fifflaren. As Get Right will trade again, and we go tit for tat. byali comes in, Get Right dropped, and byali now is waiting to call whether there's an A push on. Neo is rotating with very low health round through T-spawn. Taz is watching to see whether anyone makes a crossover. Taz will see friberg, and that exchange is going to be vital. A man to the good, yes, but oh, now it's crucial. Now they've got their moment. Losing friberg will leave just Xizt 1 on 3 against 2 players on 30 health, mind you, but 3 players overall, 3 guns that will be looking for Xizt's entrance. And Xizt has done a great job of being absent until then, until he takes off the head of Taz. byali and Neo will put the bomb down, and then byali will put Xizt down. And Virtus.Pro are up 7-2. This is a beautiful half.
This is actually extremely good play from Virtus.Pro, and NiP now, if they lose this round, their money is going to be resetted once again, and they are going to be in a very bad shape for the end of the half. For Virtus.Pro this round, I'm really counting on Pasha to show some extremely good skill with the sniper once again.
Phil Fifflaren with that AWP has a huge role to play in this round. He has to start delivering. He can shut down this attack. He pushes out, he looks for the frag, and it costs him his life. Taz gets one, Taz gets two. This is danger stations for NiP. And Xizt, knowing that they're a man down, Xizt pushes all the way down to check out if there's an A push coming. Him doing that would allow Get Right to go over towards B once he's confident. As friberg's pushed out as well. And actually they've not.
They are expecting Virtus.Pro to come back on the A-bomb side, even though Xizt has got a huge information already. But Virtus.Pro, they are playing so calmly. There's still 1 minute to play in the round. They can do whatever they want against NiP at the moment because they have still 3 smokes, still 6 flashes. They can do so much stuff with all this. And you know that all the Virtus.Pro guys, they can just make your head spin so many times.
Big round for friberg here. He's got 3 players coming his way from above. friberg opens up the shooting, opens up the fragging. 2 for friberg. He's done his job, but Get Right picked off. Leaves again just Xizt. 1 on 3. A familiar situation for the NiP star. As the bomb goes down on that B site, and Pasha will see nothing, courtesy of that flash. There's the shot, and there's the round. Virtus.Pro up 8-2. They couldn't have asked for a better start.
Yes, and you can see, we talked about Taz earlier, and even though he was sitting on 3-3, he just pulled out 2 incredible headshots onto Get Right and Forest because they were not ready for it. And Snax, he knows that his opponents are not in a good economical situation, and he takes a Mach 10.
With the eco round, we'll take this opportunity to tune into Virtus.Pro's comms. Let's see what they've got to say as they take us through this round.
Rzucam hajka tam, Snax. Uważaj, rzuciłem.
Blisko, po lewej tam. Pod drewnem.
Schody, schody. Drewno! Drewno, AW.
To jedź,
nie wziął.
Będziemy
Będziemy pod drewnem teraz.
I raz lewy.
AW zielone, weźcie mi AWP.
Wezmę, ja wezmę.
Zielone.
Dorzućcie smoka do red. Wyszedł felki. Smoke. Czemu kurwa nie wyrzucać smoka na red? Ja pierdolę.
Hope you heard that. That was Virtus.Pro's TeamSpeak as they're up 9-2, converting the eco round. Did lose a couple men that round though.
Yes, they took 4, I mean, they lost 4 men, but look at the money. It's not going to matter that much because there's only 4 rounds to be played on this half. But it's going to give a lot of confidence on NiP because they know that they can take Virtus.Pro down even though they only have pistols. So that's very good for them. And now, though, the pace is much slower.
Xizt, ready to see action, and does, but not the type of action he was looking for. It's Snax that comes in, Forest to push out, and Forest has been silenced in this game. When NiP have needed him before, he's always come up big with huge twofers, but it hasn't worked out in this map so far.
No, so far, he didn't play up to his standards. That's the only sad thing. But Virtus.Pro, they are playing just so good. They are playing the exact perfect game against NiP. They're going all together. They are at least being 2 always together because of NiP. They want to get revenge every single time. When they lose 1 man, they want to take 1 or 2 down. That's their strength. And Virtus.Pro, they are aware of that, and they're playing all together once again.
Get Right in the thick of things. He's actually got 1 to his right and 1 to his left. He drops down the ladder, but is chased out. It'll be byali who gets him, but it costs byali his life. Neo downed as well. NiP Amanda the good here. Fifflaren will keep firing as well. Neo was picked off by him. Forest finishes off Pasha. We're running out of men here for both sides, but both NiP players are in almost full health, and Forest is on a twofer right after we said that. Snax and Taz, 29 and 34 points of health. Can the NiP players finish off this round and pick up what will be their 3rd on the T side? friberg goes in, finishes off 1, Snax down, and it's only Taz, 1 on 2. In that A site, he will try to get that bomb down, but it will cost him his life. And he needed to get the bomb down because he needed something to play with. But it didn't work for him. It's 9-3 and a vital round for NiP.
Yeah, he only had 10 seconds left. And once Snax was there, you could have seen on the map that both NiP players were just falling back. They just waited for Taz to plant the bomb. But friberg played it perfectly on the city spawn. And Taz, well, yeah, as you said, he needed the bomb to be planted to work with something. But he just couldn't do it.
Write NiP off at your peril. They are the #1 team in the world and have been with the exception of moments from Titan, they have been consistently the #1 team for so long for a reason.
Yes, they have their individual performance always brought them to the top. They have excellent players. And look at that, they're playing very in classic positions since the beginning. And so far that doesn't work very good, but you can see that they can pick rounds even without changing, no matter what Virtus.Pro is doing, and that's their strength.
Get right, gets himself in the thick of things. Xizt is going to push out here to try and chase out that frag, and will do so. It's Xizt to down one, and Virtus.Pro have two of their own as byali will get the frag. Snax has gone a long way down A, as he'll make his way round back to City Spawn, try to cut off a rotation, and will do. friberg had no idea he was there. It's all on Xizt, and they know exactly where he is. Xizt in another 1-on-3. Let's see what he can do this time. He walks into the fire. Snax drops him. Virtus.Pro 10-3 up. And when Taz went to bed last night, he dreamt of this crowd and this moment. But I don't think even in his wildest dreams, he saw it starting this well.
No, that is starting extremely great for Virtus.Pro. They are just playing with NiP. They are attacking with perfect timing on the A and the B bomb side every single time. NiP are always off guard. They are 2 or 3, but they are never stacking enough to counter the Polish attack.
2 rounds left in the first half of the first map. There's still a long way to go.
And I think Virtus.Pro is going to be relieved when they're going to see that NiP right now only have pistols to work with. That's going to be very good for them.
byali will be the man to see that first as he rattles off a few shots. He'll make the crossover. Maybe he expected to see someone like Forest in there, but didn't. As Snax gets himself the first frag. There is Forest. As Get Right gets a kill. Add 2. Get Right comes alive to the sound of fragging. As NiP have 3 quick frags. Finally Get Right down, but he's done his job. We're into a 2-on-2 with Xizt and friberg. friberg well spotted though by Snax. And VP with the bomb. 2 NiP players hand in hand together, ready to take the fight. Will move through. Yes, they'll lose side of the VP players, but what there should be are 3 guns on the floor for those NiP players to pick up somewhere, as they will do exactly that. friberg's got 1, and Xizt has an AWP. So this is a very different 2-on-2 to the one we had moments ago. As bomb goes down on that A site, and NiP ready to make the retake. And NiP are masters of the retake.
They are excellent at it, and look at that, they're playing together. They know that they want to be 2-on-1. And oh, awesome nade from friberg onto Snax, and now it's a 1-and-2 from pasza.
pasza's had an exceptional tournament so far. What can he deliver this time? He goes for 1, but friberg will pick him off, and NiP showing their experience there. Again, the masters of the retake. They do it with that first frag, that first grenade, perfectly timed, just instinct.
Yes, that was just, that's what is not written in the books. Sometimes you just have to go with your gut, and he threw that nade straight on the face on Snax, and that was just very good play from friberg. And also, they have been winning NiP on the apartments. NiP have been playing on the apartments, and Virtus.Pro took short once again. But this time NiP were ready, and they were just shutting them down.
Last round of the half, 10-4 VP. NiP looking to put as much on the board as they can for their T side.
No matter what, it's already a very good side from Virtus.Pro, and 10 rounds to work with. This is already huge.
So Forest peaked then, and that's the first time for NiP in this half that their peak has actually not cost them a life. So
yes,
a little bit of knowledge, and most importantly for NiP, still with 5 men up. As pasza and that AWP will look through towards A. Get Right is well advanced, and we'll see 3 players coming towards him as byali will be the first to throw in. That flash doesn't help Get Right, and byali dropped. As Virtus.Pro have created their opening and have charged on through. As Forest will stop the rock, but there are 3 men down for NiP already. They still have an AWP and friberg to go, but they're up against 4 players. friberg makes that 3 a more manageable number, as the masters of the retake will have to show us how they do it once more. With byali, the man, still up. byali picks off Forest, and now it's 1-on-3, and friberg's not going to be able to do it this time. Excellent round from byali. He got 4, I think, that round. And
yes,
Virtus.Pro go into the half 11 rounds to 4 up. This is marvelous.
This is something unexpected, and look at that, the whole crowd is chanting Virtus.Pro for the win because they know now they have extremely good chances of being up 11-4. And you can see that Virtus.Pro is ready in every single point of the game. They have the tactics, they can play with NiP, and they're actually out-aiming them. So that is extremely important in a grand final to have all this together because NiP, they don't seem waking up yet. They don't seem 100% into this final yet.
And don't forget, Virtus.Pro weren't invited here.
Yes.
It wasn't their right because they were the local team. No, they had to qualify to get here. They've had to go about this the hard way. Now, our job as the commentators is to relay the excitement. And I think the fans are doing our job for us there.
Yes.
The second part is we have to relay the information. And that's why you're here, because you're much more intelligent than I am. But the third part is to put everything into perspective, is to not get carried away with parts A and B, and to remember that NiP, as exciting as it can be to see a home crowd go wild, NiP are still the best team in the world. They're still a team that you should be afraid of, no matter whether you have 15 match points. You should always live in fear of NiP.
Yeah, NiP can do anything, and you know, they have 3 legends, Get Right, Xizt, and Forest. They have been in every single situation, and friberg and Fifflaren. I mean, look at that. friberg, he is actually on top of his team with 13 kills. And Fifflaren, he knows how to lead his team to the win. And I'm 100% sure that they're going to be extremely tough to beat so far. Because even though they are down 11-4, the comeback is real.
Go through the stats. Bottom of that NiP scoreboard.
Well, NiP, there is friberg, that is... Oh, and Pasha.
He clicked too hard.
He is happy to be here, I think. But you have NiP, they have 3 players on the same group, Get Right, Xizt, and Forest. friberg is on top of the team, and Fifflaren is a bit lower. But on the Virtus.Pro side, byali is being insane. The monster he has been since the beginning. Snax, Pasha playing insanely well. Taz and Neo, they are a bit lower, but you can see Taz, he killed so many important people to open bomb sites up.
VP will feel this map is in their hands if they can win this pistol round and convert. Let's see whether that's to be the case as NiP's T-side kicks off with...
Oh, huge nade.
Big nade takes off damage from 3 players there as the NiP side become a little bit more manageable. But they do have a bomb plant and they do have 5 players up against 4. Trades go on as VP and NiP both pick up a kill. But NiP push 2 players round towards the CT spawn to chase out Pasha, who'll now try to make amends of this. But this has been a fast and ferocious bomb plant from NiP. Get Right does get one back in, but in will go Neo to try and go through as they have 2 NiP up against 2 VP. VP make it a more manageable account, but the bomb ticks louder and louder, and Get Right gets lower and lower on health. Here goes Neo to finish off the job with a headshot in some style, and Virtus.Pro are going to get the CT pistol round.
That was an excellent run from Virtus.Pro. They have been very passive. They waited for the retake, and Pasha in the city spawn, he made all the work. He didn't die. He took one down, and he was just waiting for all his teammates to be ready. And then Snax came in with the grenade, hitting another guy, and that was the perfect play from Virtus.Pro.
Taz picks up the P90. He loves picking up the P90.
Oh yes, he's always surprising.
NiP gonna... It was a great early round from NiP. 5-man after plant.
100%. Their tactic was perfect, but they got outplayed by Virtus.Pro once again because Virtus.Pro only lost 1 man. But you know, that's not enough.
Snax will see action here on B, gets the first frag before Forest comes in, and they need reinforcements here, Virtus.Pro, because NiP are charging in towards B. They also have, courtesy of those kills, 2 guns, and the bomb will go with great nade from Pasha. Off the backboard, Fifflaren down. Xizt does drop him though, and we go to a bomb plant with 2 on 3, and that P90 maybe not the weapon of choice now for Taz as he'll try to retake from range. byali, oh, didn't stand a chance. byali on fire! And it's all on Xizt. 1 on 2. It's always Xizt last man standing. Here's that P90. Oh. Xizt does his job. Great play from him.
Excellent play from Xizt. Just to mention, that was a Glock save by NiP. They had no camera, no pistol. So this is immense what they just did. And how they did it, they had only 1 guy on short and 4 guys pushing B with nade. So all the attention was brought to the apartment. And there was Forest or Xizt on short, just being able to flank the one player that had no bullets anymore. That was just a textbook play from NiP, and it worked out perfectly.
And the atmosphere has changed in the past 30 seconds.
Yes, that was a huge up and down.
Virtus.Pro will...
Virtus.Pro never count them out, especially in ecos. They won several against LGB yesterday, and I'm looking forward for this one.
Now they left no one actually in the B site. Neo furthest round towards A. They were ready for a full-on A push. That hasn't happened. It's going to be a B push. Importantly for them, they also showed nothing.
Yes, but now look at that. Virtus.Pro have got a lot of information, and now they're all rotating very slowly. And NiP are just going straight.
Neo been picked off there by Forest, and VP will have to try and reclaim this B site because it's going to be NiP territory as the bomb will go down from Xizt any second now. VP waiting right on the other side there. Bomb planted. And this is a tough, tall order to ask VP to retake this.
Yeah, they would just, hey, all over the map, they just want to take some NiP players out. They need some weapons, that's all they need. They don't want to lose their pistol and Kevlars for nothing. They're going to win money no matter what on the next round. So that is an extremely clever play from Virtus.Pro. And NiP as well, playing extremely great. They are stacking 5 together on bomb side, and even Geralt gets a kill into Snax. Both teams, you can see they are playing at their best.
12-6. NiP, exactly what we said at the half. Live in fear of them. How many nightmares have you had about NiP?
NiP, they give us thousands so far.
And that's what they've just done to this crowd. Now you could hear a pin drop here, because those 2 rounds, the confidence swept out, and VP on another save. And momentum may just begin to build, but we've seen these moments turned around by VP many a time these past few days. And the one thing that rings home to me was the conversation that Scoots had with Taz on day 1, when Taz says, yeah, I'm here to win, but I'm here to remind everyone that I'm a great player, that we're great players. I'm here to remind Get Right, here to remind Heaton, Khan, all these legends, that we're still a real team. We're still fighters.
And they are. I mean, the Polish guys, they never surrender. They have been playing not at their best for 1.5 years, and they're still here now in the grand final, leading 12-6 against NiP, the most successful CSGO team in history. You can see that these guys, they are legends.
Here we go, in towards the B site. NiP going to run. All of their forces move in. byali gets dropped. It's Snax and Neo that'll be charged with holding on to that site, and Snax does get himself a headshot onto Fifflaren, but it'll cost him his life as friberg gets in on the action as well, as Forest and Get Right have a frag each, and bomb is planted. It's Taz, 1 on 4. I don't fancy his chances, as it goes to a 5-round deficit now. NiP 3 in a row, and the winds have changed.
Yes, but now the real action begins, because Virtus.Pro, they can buy whatever they want and they can play their game. But they won the pistol round, they lost an eco, and then they were twice saving. So that wasn't a huge half at the moment, and now the action is going to begin.
You like to focus on the positives, but you have to look at Fifflaren still on 1 frag.
Well, I don't like to point out players that are just lacking of frags, because Fifflaren is giving a lot to NiP apart from just his fragging ability. He had an excellent tournament so far. That's why talking about Fifflaren right now in this grand final having 1 kill, that would be just, you know, bad words against such a good guy.
Get Right. Ready to come to the party. As he gets dropped by Neo, who is coming around the corner, and a little bit too intricate. Mowed down by a bulldozer, that is Neo. And byali, oh, you would have bet your house on him hitting that frag. Forest picks him off. He is down in the M by Taz. They're a man to the good here, Virtus.Pro, but
that is massive.
But Snax is walking around and just walking in a stacked wonderland. He gets himself a hat-trick of frags. He waited, and then he finished off the job. You just had to wonder, when was he going to pull the trigger? And when he did, it was quite magnificent.
And the crowd is on his feet to just claim this play. That was just very, very cold-blooded from Snax, and he just took the maximum out of this situation.
13-7 now, Virtus.Pro with their first round in 3. There's Pasha with the headshot onto Forest as NiP are reminded of what VP are all about. As Snax will see action, and Snax has had a marvelous tournament.
Yes, Snax, byali, and Pasha are the standout at the moment for Virtus.Pro. They have been playing extremely great the whole tournament, and right now in this grand final, they are still delivering. Pasha getting the entry kill. He knew that someone was going, and still he managed to click faster than his opponent.
Yep, we'll move the bomb around with Xizt and friberg. They're going to go down B. Fifflaren is there as well. Get right coming to help. And NiP will push in towards B. At this moment, it would look good. It'll go up against 4 against 1. No intelligence for VP at this moment. They've not seen any NiP action since the frag.
But Snax has been going very huge before, and he can do it again. That is 100% sure.
Neo's coming to help, and Snax will see the party. Here we go. Snax gets frag number 1. Snax gets frag number 2, and Snax is on fire. Neo helps him out with the frag onto Fifflaren, and now it's Xizt 1 on 4. He's always the last man standing for NiP in these impossible situations, but he makes a game of it with a frag onto Neo. But VP have got 2 in a row, and they're 2 away from victory.
And Virtus.Pro must be feeling extremely great because they know that NiP, they don't have as much money as they want, and so far so good for Virtus.Pro. They have been winning those key rounds with perfect play from all the players. I just can't see the map going onto Virtus.Pro way right now. They are playing just so great.
This is map 1 if you're just joining us. It's a best out of 3. It'll be Inferno next, and Dust 2 if we need it. And Virtus.Pro ready to set fire to the game and light this crowd up once more. Here will come NiP in towards the A site. Pasha with a grenade, picks off Fifflaren, and it'll be, they've seen one team make a long way in there. It's going to be Get Right who was there, but they exchange frags again. Get Right with 2, Xizt gets 1, and NiP have a 3 on 2 off, ready to plant as well, with Get Right on the bomb site. Xizt is in there, and Get Right will leave the side and try to help Forest as they want to go down towards, I thought, CT spawn, because that's where Snax was coming from. But no, Snax gets himself the kill onto Get Right. And now Forest and Xizt will have to hold on to that site, and they do very, very well so far. It's 1 versus 2. It's Neo for the round. Forest low on health, and Neo knows exactly where he is, but Xizt is going to play a huge, huge role in this as Forest dances and holds off Neo. Neo thought he was going to get in there, does get the kill, but the bomb will blow regardless, and Neo will escape. No, he won't.
And that was a perfect play from Forest. He has been dancing throughout, all around the boxes. That was just, on one side, funny to watch, and on the other hand, it was very, very strong and a very, very good play.
Bought 10 seconds, easily.
Yeah, 100%. And once the bomb is blowing up, then you win the round. That's what it's all about. So Forest played it perfectly well.
14-8. NiP fighting against the 6 men of Virtus.Pro once more as the crowd cheer them on, but Forest silences the crowd with a headshot onto Neo. Pasha looking to level things up, but as he peeked, he was picked off. Xizt with a big round. Get Right gets himself another one, and it'll be NiP, 3 frags to the good here. Only byali can stop them. And Virtus.Pro with just Snax left standing here on what was a save round for them. And it'll go to 14-9.
And NiP were just seeing that they took their confidence back. They're going to be 14-9 right now. And the round that was played by Virtus.Pro, they only had 1 sniper to work with in the hands of Pasha. So he was the man to take down for NiP. And Pasha, even though he had this sniper, he couldn't make everything he wanted with it. And Forest gets Snax down. Pasha, he wanted to play the whole round on his own. That could have worked, but once he was down, then Virtus.Pro were almost sure to lose the round.
5-round advantages, though, for Virtus.Pro. Very much in the driving seat here on map 1. NiP What do you do on this situation? You know you're up against everything at this moment in time, but you believe in yourself.
Yeah, of course you believe in it. And Virtus.Pro, well, you can see that they have a shotgun in hands. They don't have any choice. They need those rounds, and so they will play probably more aggressively. And that might be the downside of having such a huge lead. They are feeling very confident. They want to take the NiP players down. They don't want to let them any chance.
And Snax holding B with that, oh, here we go, Pasha gets himself a headshot, it's Get Right that goes down, and Virtus.Pro get a crucial frag, as Neo will look for another, as he extends out. The next one will come in from Pasha onto Xizt, and NiP dropping like flies now. Fifflaren was ready to come over towards B, and friberg will go. Forrest is a decoy trying to cut someone off as they go over from A, and it's Taz who'll see him. friberg gets himself one onto A, as it'll be friberg down by Pasha. And here's Fifflaren to try and hold the fort, but he can't. It's Forrest that goes in, as NiP have just one man left standing up against three, but this is a man that really can. He's got the first, and he has Snax, Pasha and byali all on.
And this smoke is crucial.
Sees the bomb, that's the prize. And they've seen him, and they have finished him off. Virtus.Pro have 6 map points.
And once again, Pasha with 3 kills, 3 immense kills onto the Swedish guys. And look at the money of NiP. There is one guy that can buy, and this man is Get Right.
Get Right's had a... fragging-wise, he's in the mix of things. He's had a quiet game by Get Right standards. We hold Get Right to a different standard than we hold everybody else in the world. Let's see what he can offer for NiP with his Galil. Virtus.Pro will hold back and unleash into the friberg and Forrest. Forrest though picks off Pasha. Pasha is like a man possessed at the moment. He is simply unplayable. Snax gets himself one. Taz and another. Get Right though in on the double with byali, and then blocked by Taz. And that's map 1. Virtus.Pro are in the lead against NiP, and they have one hand on that trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, Virtus.Pro are on fire right now, and who would have believed